Arena in Littleton, Colorado. And your Hyland Hills Midget is going up against the Littleton UTE Red. Like there. Playing with the short bench this morning. We have, I think, most of our players back. Definitely have a fuller bench than we did yesterday. I believe we're only missing Boomer and temporarily him. Managed to forget his breezers. We have an emergency backup set of breezers on their way. So Hendrick should be joining the team. My guess is somewhere towards the end of the first period. You'd think we'd learn to pack our bags correctly by the time we reach Midgets, but you'd be wrong. Looks like Charlie will be starting in net today. About 15 minutes on the clock. Colin taking the face off. It's over for Ian. Ian dumps it in the offensive zone. Guillaume pressuring and chasing the puck in the corner. Sends it out front. It's taken away and pushed up the near boards. Bam keeping in the offensive zone. Round one defenseman has it poke checked away. Littleton pushing it up the near boards. Kept in the offensive zone. And then thrown down the ice. Charlie coming out of net to play the puck. Lewis picking it up. Lewis dropping it in the corner. Turns around, passes over for Bam. He passes it back to Lewis. Lewis passing up to Ian. Doesn't quite connect, and Lewis tries to jump it in. Lewis picks it up, skates through neutral, gets behind the defenseman, comes out of the near far corner. Colin with a shot, save with a goaltender, and then in. Colin digging for the rebound, able to put it inside the far post. Give the Jags an early lead of 1-0. 13:50 left in the first period. Taking the face off. Tied up in skates and kicked into our zone. Bryant with the steal in our end. It's poke checked away, sent to the far boards. Austin picking it up, pass off the skate. Tipped at center, so no icing. Wesley pressuring in their end. Puck sent around the boards. Neutral, nice poke check by Bryant. Speedy picks it up, pushes it to the far boards, jumps it in the offensive zone. Throws it up the near boards. Austin passes it across to Bryant. He skates through neutral into the offensive zone. The crossbar, bouncing back in front. Littleton picks it up, skates it out to neutral. Jump to the far corner. Bryant picks up the loose puck, hands it up to Wesley. He passes it up to Speedy. Speedy skating in the offensive zone, steps around the defender, has a poke check, regains the puck, and a shot hit his skate. Goes to the far corner, and Littleton turns it around. Nice interception by Bam. His pass hit a skate. Comes to Lewis with a shot off the pads of the goaltender. Comes back to Zeke, and then poke checked and sent away down to our end of the ice for an icing with 12 minutes left in the first period. Littleton with the steal brings it back into our zone. Nick with this pushing the player off the puck and has a poke check, goes to Lewis. His long pass intercepted and sent to the far boards. Littleton brings it back into our zone. Taking off the puck. Bam skating it through neutral, has a poke check at the blue line, and we're offside. We'll come back out to neutral for a face-off. On the face-off. Littleton controls, dumps it into our end. Austin chasing behind our net. Pushes up for Ian and takes it off the boards, hands it back to Austin. It's taken away. Bryant with the steal, pushes it up to Colin. He gets in the offensive zone. Shot off the blocker, goes up into the netting. So we'll have a face-off in their zone. All on the face-off. Shipped. Bryant kicking it back up to Colin. Taken away and sent up to neutral. Bryant controlling at center ice. Passes up to Guillaume. Guillaume skating in the offensive zone. Pushed right. Pass blocked. Colin picks up the loose puck. Pass across to Austin. Austin with a shot off a player. Bouncing out to the top of the face-off circle. Littleton misses the puck. Bryant chips it back to the boards. Colin with the steal. And a shot tipped wide. Bouncing in front. Guillaume with the backhander. With the goal. Make it 2-0. .9:06 left in the first period. We're up 2-0. I've just been informed Henrik does have a pair of breezers. So he should be in the game at some point today. And I will continue to give him crap about that for at least most of today, maybe tomorrow too. Off the face-off, Bam controlling along near boards, pushes it in the offensive zone, pass up to Colin, doesn't connect. Bam collects the loose puck along the far boards. Pushes out to the blue line, hands it off for Lewis. Lewis stick handles the top of the face-off circle, has a poke check, but regains the puck. It's a cross-check, and no call. Littleton picks up the puck, skating into our zone. And a shot and a save by Charlie. Charlie making the first save of the day on a breakaway. Don't like that. Bam with the puck behind our net, throws it off the far boards. Guillaume pushing it along the floorboards. Pass center, Colin picks it up, drags into the offensive zone. A shot and a stick save by the goaltender. Comes back to Colin, turns it around. Centering pass in a skate, comes out to Lewis. Steps around one player, and Colin with a backhand. Sneaks 5 goals to make it 3-0. With 7:38 left in the first period. On the face-off. And there's Henrik. He headed to the bench. Long pass from Austin. Up to Weston. Speedy's pass intercepted. And Littleton skating through neutral into our zone. Nice poke check by Bryant. Tries to player off the puck. Turns it around, pushes up the far boards. Chips it off the boards to Speedy. It's in the offensive zone. A shot and a stick save, and right into his glove. Goaltender hangs on. 6:35 in the first period. Noah skates in on a shot. That's saved by the goaltender. Littleton turns it around, comes in the neutral zone. Young chasing it in the far corner, sends it around. I'm sorry, it's Bryant sends it around the far boards. All the way down the ice. Tipped, so no icing. Littleton picks it up in the far corner. Off the handle. Maddox pressured. Creates a turnover. Zeke sends it into the offensive zone and it's sent right back out down the ice. Bam chasing it to the inboards, and it'll be icing with 5:25 left in the first period. Nick taking the face off. Maddox to his right. Zeke just behind. Zeke hands it to Maddox, and Maddox shot goes well wide. Wilson brings it off the far board or end boards. Passing up the near boards. Thrown through neutral. And it was only offsides by 40 feet or so. Face off in the zone. Face off. Bam picking it up, skating in the offensive zone. It's the top of the slot. Long shot. Ball save on the goaltender. 12:15 left in the first. Shot, another glove save. Hyland with another one. Tipped over the glove of the goaltender to make it 4-0.
How many is that for them?
I think that's 3. I think that's a hat trick. In the first period. Maybe it's only a second. Face-off, sent deep into their zone. Bjorn chasing. Pressure in the corner, coming out to Colin. He sends it center, and it's tipped back out to Lewis in the neutral zone. Regroups in our end. Throws it up the far boards. And it's dumped back into our zone. Delayed offside, so keep playing. Austin pushing it along the boards. Littleton keeping it there. Centering pass intercepted by Lewis. Puck's poked away from him. Colin picks it up, skates in the offensive zone. Long shot. Save by the goaltender. Ian throws it in front. Oh, not able to get a shot off. And it's sent out to neutral. And jumped into our end. Lewis picks it up, skating behind our net. Passes off the far boards. Comes back to Lewis. Skates through neutral into the offensive zone. And they say it's offside. checked with Toronto. Turns out it was just barely offside. So we'll continue pointing the other dot until they understand that the face-off is over there. Noah on the face-off, pushing it into the offensive zone. Speedy picks it up, hands it to Noah. His shot hit a skate. And Littleton skates it behind their own net. Going off the near boards, tipped out into neutral. Bam, turning it around, skating it to the blue line. And Littleton pushes it into our zone. And it's set up and back into the corner. Bam picks it up, skating up the near boards into the offensive zone. Stops in the face-off circle. A shot and goal. Top corner. A minute left in the first, and we're up by 5. Might want to take our foot off the gas. We don't want to be tiered into the top division. Talks the face-off. Speedy kicks it over to Wesley, and it's turned around the blue line. Bryant passes back to Bam. Goes it up to near boards. Up to Speedy. Lost the handle in the offensive zone. Littleton turns it around. Bam with the steal at the blue line. Skating it into the offensive end. Walks in a shot and a blocker save. Rebound bouncing around. Turnaround shot by Wesley. I think they hit Noah. Littleton picks up the loose puck, skates it behind their own net. Speedy harassing in the corner. Littleton skating through center into our zone. And time will expire on the first period. We'll go to the second, up 5-0. Picks up the loose puck, skates in the offensive zone. Works left, and a shot, a save by the goaltender. Ball on the face-off again. Comes back to Paul, a shot, and a pad save by the goaltender. Being tied up along the boards. Holland with the poke check, gets the puck to the end, goes loose at the top of the face-off circle, back down to the corner, set up the boards. Henrik keeps it in the zone. Viome chips at it, and it comes loose to Littleton, and they skate through neutral. Dumped on goal, and Charlie picks it up and hangs on with 14 minutes left in the second period. Jags still up 5-0. On the face-off. Wins it to the far corner. Bam brings it off the board, sends it to the side of the net, lost the handle. Littleton sends it out front. Guillaume with the steal. Long pass to Zeke at the blue line. Walks it in. A shot over the net. Bounces back. And pushed to the far corner. Comes back to Zeke. He sends it out to the point for Bam. Works it off the boards and walks in. Shot over the net. Bouncing up the near boards to Lewis. Lewis throws it around the boards. Colin turns it around behind our net, or their net. Shot off the side of the net, comes back to the corner. And throws it back for Lewis. Lewis brings it off the boards. Thrown in front and tipples out to the face-off circle. Comes back to Colin. He works it back down to the near corner, passes back to Lewis. Oh, not quite connected. And the puck comes loose into neutral. Regrouping in our zone, long pass. Guillaume tipping it into the offensive zone. Brings it out of the corner, goes behind their net, sends it out front. Zeke with a backhanded shot and a save by the goaltender. Guillaume's pass intercepted. Lewis turns it around, has it poke checked away into our zone. Lewis regroups. Skating behind Charlie. Turn around. Guillaume up the near boards. And picking it up at the blue line, skating through neutral into their zone. Blocks it in and sends it just over the net. Maddox digging forward along the far boards. Nice poke check by Bryant. And a long shot. Charlie covers and gets the whistle with 11:35 left in the second period. Henrik giving Charlie some advice, like, don't forget the breezers at home. That's Henrik's sports coaching corner for the day. Go on the face-off. Tied up. Speedy coach checks it to the blue line, chips it out of our zone. Noah picks up the loose puck, sends it for Bryant, or it's not Bryant. There's Wesley. I will get it right eventually. Littleton with a long pass intercepted. Speedy and Wesley combined. Speedy with a shot chipped up into the netting. And we'll have another face-off in their zone. 10:45 left in the second period. Score 5-0. Getting the impression that a lot of first-year midgets on this Littleton team. No, not a lot. It's only, what, 8 skaters? So, we've been on the other side of games like this. Hopefully they learn from it and still have fun playing hockey. Bryant with a long shot sent to the far boards by the goaltender. Turned around by Zeke, throws it behind their net. Bryant tries to get it out front. Bryant passes to Henrik, a long shot, a straight save. Goes to the far corner. Send up the far boards. Henrik tripping the player. Turn around, jump into the near corner from Speedy. Wesley sends it out front. Not able to connect with Noah. And comes back out to Bryant at the blue line. He skates it to the top of the slot. Poke check. Sends it back to the Littleton player, and they bring it out of their zone. Bryant regaining the puck in neutral. Skating up the near boards. Into their zone. Thrown in front, just out to the side of the reach. Speedy, he throws it through the slot. Comes back to Guillaume in the face-off circle. Tied up in the corner. Digs it out, sends it up to Noah. Comes back to Speedy, who sends it off the side of the net. Puck comes loose on the far boards. Henrik chips it back up for Speedy. And he brings it. Oh, that's a hook. And Puck comes loose to the near boards. Littleton skating through neutral into our zone. Henrik blocking the player from bringing it out front. Loose puck comes to Henrik. Passes up for Colin. Colin skates in the offensive zone. Henrik goes to the top of his crease. Colin has a poke check. Regains the puck. Sends it up front. Field's shot goes just wide. Henrik sends it in front. And another shot and a save by the goaltender. Henrik's initial pass got it out front to Ian and had a shot on goal. Rebound went back to Henrik and threw it out to the goalie, which he caught and hung on to. Ooh, Ian steals the pass, tries to send it out front to hit a skate. And Littleton kind of got in their own way. Comes back to Colin. Shot. Bad save. Ian picks up the rebound, has it taken away. And Littleton throws it out of their zone. Austin pushes it up the far boards. Colin picks it up in their zone. Throws it up to the top of the slot for Ian. A shot over the net. Ian, he throws it out front. Ion's shot goes wide. Ian throws it back out front. And sent behind their net. Ion picks it up. Tries a wraparound. And the goaltender covers. Keeping it 5-0 with 7 minutes left in the second period. I've been keeping track of shots on goal. The goaltender's getting a workout today. Taking the face off. Chip back and forth. Zeke picks up the puck in the corner, throws it through the slot. Littleton turns it around. Nice poke check by Nikolai. Littleton regains the puck, dumps it down the ice. Tipped by Lewis, so no icing. Picks it up. Skates behind our net. Pushing out the far boards. Into the offensive zone. Lost the handle in the face-off circle. Nikolai trying to get it out to the top to the slot. And a shot from Zeke. Loose in front. And another shot tipped wide. Zeke in the corner. Digging for the puck. Kicked from one Littleton player to another. Austin with a poke check. Another shot from Nikolai. And a save by the goaltender with 5:38 left in the second period. On the face-off, sent to the far corner, up the far boards. Bam turns it around, brings it into the top of the slot. Shot blocked. Comes back to Bam. He throws it to the end boards. Nelson picking up, throws it up the near boards, and out to neutral. Nikolai digging for it, and it comes back to Bryant. He passes up to Nick. Nick chips into the offensive zone. Oh, he's passed to Nick, or passed to Zeke. Unexpected, and goes to the end boards, comes back out to neutral. Bryant passes up to Nick. He dumps it into the end boards. Bryant's coming out of their zone. Up, and Zeke with a steal. Skates in the offensive zone, throws it just wide of the net. Comes to Bam along the far boards. Continues to play the puck. Passes across for Bryant. Comes down to the corner. Throws it in front. And the goaltender covers. 4 minutes left in the second period. Noah taking the face off. Bouncing. Henrik picks up the loose puck. Has a poke check to the far corner. Noah picks it up, tries to get it centered. Has a poke check up the far boards. Austin with the steal. Brings it off the boards. The side of the net. Tries to center it for Speedy. Speedy with the goal to make it 6-0. That was just a nice play. Job Austin with the steal. He's skating in the offensive zone. He's got Speedy to his right again. Another shot off the side of the net. Backing at it, brings it to the side in front. Speedy with a shot. Noah with a shot, and another 2-3 saves by the goaltender. Puck comes loose to the near boards. Chipped up the boards, but kept in their zone by Wesley. Wesley passes back up for Austin. Lost the handle. Wesley keeping in the offensive zone again. Chipped back out to neutral. Austin picking it up, skating through center. Austin in the offensive zone. Littleton dumps it back out. Henrik picking it up at our blue line. He skates through center into the offensive zone. A shot and a save by the goaltender. Covered. 1:50 left in the second period. Taking the face off. Littleton controls. They throw it to the blue line. Bam keeps it in the offensive zone. Long pass for Lewis. Not able to hang on. Along the near boards. Throws it out front. Guillaume picks it up. Tied up. And lost the puck. Regains the puck, stealing grip from the Littleton player. Shot, pad save. Colin with a shot. And a horizontal goaltender with the save. He covers for another face-off in their zone. 54 seconds left in the second period. Colin taking the face-off again. Wins it right to Guillaume. Has it poke checked away. Passing through neutral into our zone. Stood up at the blue line. Bam with the puck at the side of our net. Skating along the far boards. Through neutral. Poke check. Brings the puck back to Ian. Over to Lewis. Passing it to Colin. Colin skating in into the near corner. Centering pass for Guillaume and a shot and a stick save by the goaltender. A great centering pass. And we are going to run out of time in the second period. Your Jags up 6-0. We'll go to the third. So it looks like Andrew's in net. 12 minutes on the clock. It will be a run clock with a 6-goal differential. Littleton turning it around in neutral zone. Turn it back around. Pushing it to the blue line into the offensive zone. Behind their net. There you go. Brings it off the board. Comes to Zeke. He passes back to Henry. Henry passes it back to Zeke. Look at the steal. Bringing it out of neutral into our zone. Nick, pass across for Bryant. Doesn't connect. Bryant chasing it, pushing it to the blue line. And Domino's at the blue line. Nick bringing in offensive zone. His shot tipped over the net and out of play. 11 minutes left in the third period. No one taking the face off. Brings it back for Wesley, passes back to Lewis. Lewis throws it on goal and a glove save by the goaltender. Going on the face off again. Passes back to Wesley, passes back to Lewis, over to Bam. Bam with a long shot. Save by the goaltender, Lewis, but he's covered it. We'll have another face-off in there. We got 10 minutes left in the third period. The 16th. It's over to Wesley, back to Lewis. Walks in, a long shot. Save by the goaltender. Face off in their zone. For Speedy, he takes a shot, saved by the goaltender. Littleton plays it up the far boards. Wesley turns it around through the line, walks it back in. Shot off the goaltender. Noah with the backhanded shot goes behind the net, thrown back out in front. Speedy picks it up and shot the goal. Got tipped in front. That will be 7.
I don't want to work for that.
Littleton controls off the face-off, skating into our zone. Work to the corner. Chipped away from the Littleton player. Speedy picks it up, skating at the near board. Turned around the blue line. Brought off the boards. Bryant pressuring in the corner. Centering pass goes to the far boards. Wesley picking it up, getting it out to neutral. Passes up for Speedy. The shot. Oh! Speedy with the hat trick.
Nice job.
That makes it 8-0. Colin taking the face off. Austin skates. Guillaume sends it to the near corner. Push behind their net. Chips at it. Comes to the near boards. Comes out to Austin. Pass across the coffin. Misses. Right, keeping the offensive zone, and it's thrown out. Ryan kicking it up in our zone. As it poke checked away. Regains the puck, skating into neutral. Into their zone. He walks in. Skating around, pass back to Austin. Austin with a long shot. Tipped on goal and a save. Got a goaltender. 6:50 left in this third period. Pushes the puck forward. Ian throws it on goal. Pushed wide. Skates it behind the net. Drops it to Bam. Bam in the near corner. Pushes it up the near board. Littleton with the steal. Skates it into our zone. Henrik hooks the stick. No call. Bam picks up the loose puck. Skating it up through neutral. Bam pass across the goal. The shot goes wide. And digging for it in the corner. Comes back to his stick. Shot off the mask. Bouncing up the near boards. Bam has a poke checked away and it's sent across the blue line to Colin. He walks to the top of the slot. A shot bouncing off the goaltender. Sent to the far boards. Littleton picks it up skating through neutral. Nice poke check by Bam. Takes it to the stick, passes out to neutral. Pass not able to handle it. Loose puck comes to Bam. He skates into the offensive zone. Littleton throws it down the ice. Colin picks it up on our blue line. Skating up the far boards into the offensive zone. Walks in front. Shot goes wide. Bouncing up the near boards. Lewis keeps it in the offensive zone. Walking it behind their net to the far boards. Turns around, throws it in front, comes out to Bam. A shot bouncing off a player, sent back out to the neutral zone. And Littleton's got a breakaway, walks in, a shot in the goal. Over the glove, making 8-1 with 4:27 left in the third period. So 4:12 left in the third period. Kick on the faceoff. Gives it over for Zeke. Zeke pushes forward for Zeke. And he's turned around. Littleton skating into our zone. Shot goes wide, bouncing at the near boards. Thrown behind our net. Lewis picking it up, turning around, bringing it off the far boards. Comes to Bryant at center ice. He walks into offensive zone. Skating into the end boards. Regains the puck. Walk out front. Pass back to Lewis. Long shot tipped long, just wide. Bryant picks it up in the corner. Poke checks. Oh, hasn't taken away. Littleton sends it up the near boards. Maddox keeps in the offensive zone. Oh, next pass hit a skate. Littleton able to get it out of their zone. Lewis picks it up, regroups in neutral. Back to our zone. Long pass along the far boards for Zeke. Zeke pucks it in. A shot off the blocker and out of play. 2:50 left in the third period. Taking the face off. And he tips it to Bryant, back to Henrik, over to Austin. Regrouping in neutral, pass across for Henrik. His pass intercepted, bouncing along into our zone, thrown through the crease to the far boards. Henrik picks it up, chips it along the boards, out to neutral. Littleton intercepts and sends it back to our blue line. Noah pushing the puck away from the player into their offensive zone. Littleton turns it around. Puck comes loose to center. Austin picks it up, dumps it in the offensive zone. 1:45 left in the third period. Littleton skating up through center. Hendrick with a body check. That'll be called every time. Goes out front. Oh, not able to get a shot off. Thrown back around the boards. Littleton picking it up in the far corner. Centering pass rolled off the stick. So Hendrick will go to the box for the remaining 1:16. For a body check. Hyland taking the face off. Those are controls. Chip in the corner. Lewis picks it up off the inboards. Throws it around the boards out to neutral. Leon chasing through neutral into their zone. Picks it up, brings it in front, off the side of the net. Littleton picks up the loose puck. Collins going to the box for tripping. So it'll be 5-on-3 for 37 seconds. He's got his stick tangled in his skates. Littleton took their timeout. Again, 33 seconds left in the third period. The Jags up 15. And why not? They're pulling the goaltender for the last 30 seconds. Face off. Young gains the puck, dumps it up in your boards. Bam chases it into their zone, walks it in. Goes off the side of the net. Comes back out front. Littleton skating it into our zone. Lewis with the steal on our end with 14 seconds left in the period. Stops behind our net. 10 left. Turns around past Bam around the inboards. Thrown in front to the near corner. And that will do it. Jags 8, Littleton 1. So that will do it for today. Let's see. Next practice is Wednesday. Our next game is like the 24th so far on the schedule. If that changes, I'll let everybody know. That's all that takes, everybody. Go Jags.